This isn't really a horror story per se. It was, however, something that quite terrified me at the time. It still makes me a little spooked whenever I think about it to this day. I apologize in advance for any misspelling or grammatical issues. Grammatical issues, as English is not my native language. Alright, here it goes. A couple of years ago, I decided to try out Tinder mostly for fun, as I wasn't really looking for anything but wanted to stay open minded after being in a very toxic relationship about 2 years prior. On my profile, I did not mention. I did mention some total deal breakers, which one of them was smoking or using any type of nicotine. I used to be a smoker myself, but I quit and I didn't want to feel tempted to start smoking again. So I matched with this guy, let's call him Dave. We had a lot in common. We liked the same type of music. We were both gamers, etc. We chat back and forth for maybe about a week or so, and he then asked me out on a date, to which I said yes. Moments later, I get a notification from Instagram that Dave has followed me, so of course I go to check out his profile. It's mostly just guy photos, with the boys, one of him holding a big fish, some of him gaming. On a slightly closer inspection, I see that he uses Signet. SNUS, which is basically nicotine in a little bag or whatever that you put under your lip. I messaged him back on Tinder and asked him about it, to which he immediately starts apologizing and says he's trying to quit and that he's also trying to quit smoking, which at this point I wasn't even aware he did. I explained to him that I'm sorry, but I have to cancel on our plans to go on a date, not only because he was both smoking and snoozing, but because he knew this was a deal breaker for me and intentionally kept it secret. Important side note, on my Tinder profile, I did not use my real surname. I also did not share my location in the city I was living in at the moment. There was probably at least 500 other people with the same name and surname as I used on Tinder. I also had a separate email account. My Facebook was set to private, and my Instagram did not share any valuable information about where or how to find my location. Why this note, you might ask? Well, Dave was apologizing over and over, and I told him it's okay, and if he wants to meet up, like, for a coffee or whatever, just as friends, I would be happy to. I was just simply not interested in dating someone who uses nicotine. He begged me to go on a date, and I kept kindly declining. I got tired of his begging and told him that if he didn't stop, I would unmatch and block him, and there would be no chance of us even becoming friends. Well, as you probably guessed, he didn't stop, so I unmatched and blocked him. However, I went on with my day, and it was almost in the evening at this point, and everything seemed normal. However, at around maybe 5 or 6 p.m. while playing Sea of Thieves with some friends while on Discord, I get a knock on the door. I was not expecting anyone. The two friends who mostly came over both worked the late shifts at their jobs, so it couldn't have been one of them. I go to the door and peek through the peephole. All I see is someone putting something next to the door and then leave down the stairs. I stand there confused for a second, and when I hear the apartment complex front door shut, I open up to see what it was. It was a huge bouquet of roses and some beautiful pink and yellow roses with a note. I'm sorry I lied to you. Please forgive me. Signed, Dave. Okay, this story might be a bit embarrassing on my part rather than scary or creepy, but here goes. I'm a 21-year-old who's just moved to Sydney, and like any other single dude, I'm fond of a good swipe on Tinder. I matched with a 23-year-old, unbelievably pretty German girl who lived pretty close by. I sent her a pretty normal opening line, but she seemed keen to give me her number and start sending photos. I asked her for her Snap and she said she didn't have one, which was understandable because Snap has sort of gone out of fashion with anyone who's over 21, so I didn't really think much of it. Eventually we started exchanging photos over iMessage and she wasn't holding back. She wouldn't show her face, which again is fully understandable, I guess. Anyway, the next day I asked for her Instagram, which she puts in her Tinder bio. I searched for it and I couldn't find it. I asked her if she had her Instagram over text. If she had an Instagram over text, and she said she did. She gave me a slightly different username to the one in her Tinder profile bio, and said she wasn't using it at the moment, which sort of explained why I wasn't able to find it. I gave her mine. My username is my full name, so she knew who I was now. Anyway, I asked her to send a selfie, and she sent me one, but it was an old one. Her nails were painted. They weren't in the photos and videos she sent me before. She says she was from Berlin, so I did a quick reverse image search of one of her Tinder photos and found that she'd done some modeling in Berlin. Still no name or socials or anything though. I then found that she'd been in New York because there she was, a picture in a wedding dress next to what looked like her husband. Unless this was some sort of weird modeling gig, it looked as if though she was married in Central Park, New York. She sends another photo, still no face, so I asked her to send a selfie, but she ignores it. I asked her if she'd done some modeling. She said yes. I asked her if she's done some in New York, and she said she spent a uni semester in Brooklyn. She also said it was weird I knew this, but I was of course skeptical that I wasn't talking to who I thought I was, and I just wanted to make sure. I got my mate to call her number just to see if a German girl picked up, but he said the calls just rang through. She said she understood why I was skeptical, but said she was looking for someone anonymous fun, and she shouldn't be it, and it shouldn't be a big deal. Finally, I asked if she chat over FaceTime or Facebook. If she chat over FaceTime or phone. Me, real quick, talking to what was extremely shy, but based on the photos she sent me, I doubt it. So it seems I could have been talking to anyone. Someone out there has photos of me that could do whatever they please with it. I guess I felt something fishy was going on, and I suspected I was right. Stay safe. Swiping everyone.